Hey everyone, welcome back. And today's video is going to be the best fall eyeshadow palettes. I am so excited. I love fall makeup so much. I love the autumn colors, and I do this video every season. I've been doing it for a few years actually, where every season I pick palettes that I think match the color story that I like to wear this time of year. And yeah, it's just fun. I love eyeshadow palettes, and if you enjoy eyeshadow palette related content, check out my eyeshadow palette playlist. And then if you want to see Get Ready With Me's, check out the Makeup Looks playlist, because I've done Get Ready With Me's with a lot of these palettes, and I am trying to do a lot of fall makeup looks. So I did film the look that I'm wearing today. I will link that. You can check it out. I did a fall Get Ready With Me last week using old makeup, and I'm planning a lot more. I love warm tones, so I'm very excited about this time of year. Let us know your favorite fall palettes, and let's get started. Let me first talk about the palette that I'm wearing. Like I said, I filmed this makeup look. It was a full face of old fall makeup, and this is the Tarte Toasted palette. I've had this one for several years, but I still like it. It's just like a pretty basic warm tone palette, but I enjoy it and I've gotten a lot of use out of it. I've taken this traveling quite a bit because the mirror is really nice and it has like everything I need for a neutral look. I don't usually wear a lot of colorful eyeshadow when traveling. I usually go for more quick makeup looks. And so yeah, I still enjoy this one. This shade is like my absolute favorite in the palette, and that's the shade that's in my crease. So yeah, like I said, check it out if you want to see that video. And I actually filmed a Get Ready With Me last year using this palette as well. And yeah, again, those are in the Makeup Looks playlist. Okay, Urban Decay Naked Honey. Like I said, I like warm tones. This is just beautifully formulated. I think this is the best formulated out of the Urban Decay palettes that I have tried. And yeah, warm tones. You definitely don't need all these palettes, by the way, but this one does lean more yellow gold, whereas the Tarte Toasted leans more orangey red and some burgundy tones. So I do think there are differences between those palettes. Okay, I do have more than just warm neutrals, I swear. Like, hang on, we'll get there. But before then, the Viseart Warm Mattes. I've had this one for several years as well. I need to put this in my shop, my stash soon. Yeah, maybe I should film a look with this one too. I mean, again, very basic, but the Viseart mattes are some of the smoothest and easiest to blend I have personally ever tried, and there's like no kickback, no fallout. Yeah, I mean, this palette just looks like fall leaves, and I for sure talked about this palette. I think I talked about all of these palettes so far in last year's best fall palettes video, but you know what? I'm still loving the palettes, so I'm still going to talk about them. Okay, let's change up the color story a bit and talk about something else I love for this time of year, and that is like deep burgundy tones. The Colourpop Wine and Only palette. Maybe I should film a look with this one too. I wish I had more time. Honestly, like I could film a video every single day if I had time. I just don't. But this one is stunning. I bought this earlier this year and I got some use out of it then, but when like the spring and summer months came, I really wasn't like in the mood for these type of shades. I don't always wear seasonally appropriate makeup, but I admit, especially once like September rolls around, I just want to wear like warm tones and burgundy tones and greens. And that's like it. This one is stunning. Oh man, yeah, okay. I think I want to film a look with this one. Let me know. Wine and Only. It's amazing. And then also the Orchid You Not from Colourpop. And this one is more like deep purpley tones. So that other one pulled more like red, whereas this is more purple, but they both have a lot of depth. They have beautiful shimmers. Neither of these palettes have pressed glitters, which I also enjoy. I just think those are beautifully formulated and gorgeous color stories. Okay, I'm kind of going all over the place because I'm going back to Urban Decay, Born to Run. I mean, if you've been watching my channel, I've been talking about this palette for years, and yes, I still love it. I have filmed at least 2 Get Ready With Me's with this one. And again, I think this is one that I want to do another Get Ready With Me. You know, I thought this was a permanent palette from Urban Decay, but turns out it's not. It's discontinued because I looked a few days ago for a different video that I was filming. I filmed a video called eyeshadow palettes I would repurchase if I had to restart my palette collection again. And I wanted to only pick palettes that were still available so that I could, you know, technically repurchase if I had to. And this is not available anymore. And I was surprised because I thought it was a permanent palette. But again, this one is very well formulated. If you saw the Get Ready With Me that I did the previous week with a different Urban Decay palette, I struggled a bit. But this one and the Naked Honey are amazing. And here you get like the purples and warm tones. This like dark green and then these blues here are really, really gorgeous. So yeah, I still love the Born to Run. Okay, I'm all over the place, but I'm going back to Colourpop. The Hocus Pocus palette. This is, I think it's called the Gather Round Sisters. Yes. And so I totally bought this because I love the color story, but also because I love this movie. I love Hocus Pocus. Oh my gosh, I can't wait to watch it. It's so good. That's like a movie that's held up because I watched that movie in theaters when it came out in 1993. I was a third grader and my parents took my sister and I to see it and I fell in love. My world was changed ever since then. And yes, also fell in love with Sarah Jessica Parker. That was before her Sex and the City days, which I later watched that all through. When was that on? Like that was when I was in college. Anyway, I love the movie and I do love this palette. This one does have a pressed glitter, but there's only one, so I can forgive it. These burgundy, red, purple, these greens are so beautiful. So last year I did film a Get Ready With Me using this palette sometime in October. And I think I want to film a look with this one too, just because it's quintessential October palette. Sigma Untamed, had to talk about it. Beautiful color story as well. This one, again, I love greens. I love greens year round, but I like these like darker hunter greens for the fall and winter. And these two are beautiful. You also have this amazing mustard shade here. You do also get these like light purples. There's a lot of versatility in this palette, actually. This is one that I reach for year round, but it does have some particularly beautiful autumn tones as well. And I love the Sigma formula. I think it's amazing. I have, I think 4 of their palettes. I think they're really good. A more simple autumn neutral palette is the Dominique Cosmetics Latte palette. And actually looking at this palette now, I realize that I'm pretty sure a lot of the mattes in here are kind of similar to the Tarte Toasted palette, but the shimmers are totally different. But this like row here, definitely similar to shades in the Tarte Toasted, but you also get like the pop of the blue and the purple. These metallics are so foiled, so amazing. I don't need to use a wet brush. Gorgeous. Really good formula, very high pigment, and yeah, very, very pretty. Okay, I want to talk about 2 from BH Cosmetics. These are discontinued though, and you know what? I saw the new palettes that BH released and I watched Angelica's video. And the color stories are just so blah. Like their quads, I don't know. I don't like any of the color stories on the quads. They're just incredibly boring to me. I was disappointed. I kind of wish they would stick with this size palettes, or maybe like a 9-pan palette would be really nice. But I mean, I would buy quads from them if I liked the color stories, but I didn't. But if you still have the beautiful in Barcelona, this one is absolutely amazing. So this one is different where you get some more taupes, you get burgundy, you get these gorgeous blues, and you also get some of these like orangey pumpkin shades too. So this one I think you can do quite a variety of looks, and it's so well formulated, smooth, pigmented, easy to blend. Wish it was still around. Another one from BH that's not around anymore is the Smitten in Switzerland palette, and formula's just as good on this one, and the color story is also very autumn for me. Beautiful greens, love them. This mustard shade is so pretty, I love it. And then you also do get some taupey shades, but I think this one's quite different from the Barcelona palette. But yeah, I found this last year or earlier this year. No, I think earlier this year at Marshall's for only $7, and I am so happy that I purchased it. And yeah, I'm still hoping that BH comes out with stuff that like attracts me to it, because I really love their eyeshadow formula. I was really not impressed with the color stories on the quads that they just released. Okay, 4 palettes left to talk about, and they are all Natasha Denona. So this, the ultimate fall palette, in my humble opinion, is the Metropolis. And so in that video that I did last week, talking about if I had to restart my palette collection, I said that this palette was discontinued, so I didn't mention it in that video. Well, several of you guys told me that that's not true. It is still available on the Natasha Denona website. And it is, I checked. So you guys were right. You could still technically buy this palette from her website. And this is the first bigger Natasha Denona palette that I bought. And I still love it. And it may still be maybe in my top 3 from Natasha Denona. But I mean, look at these tones. Warm tones, greens, golds, you have it all. These blues are actually really nice too. So this palette I've obviously used a lot. I've had pan on it. This is one of my most used palettes and I still love it. The formula, amazing. I have filmed quite a few videos about this palette. I think I have done 4 videos on it. I still want to do a get ready with me with this one coming up, because I don't care if I've done a lot of looks with this palette, I still love it and I want to do another one. So that is also on my to film list. And if any of these palettes I haven't filmed looks with, let me know if you want to see that. The bronze palette, I for sure have filmed a look with this one, and yes, warm tones. Now this one could also be a very summer palette, because I'm pretty sure I did talk about this in my best summer palettes video. Because a lot of these do, like, they pull a lot of that like bronze, kind of yellowy, which I mean, I love year round, but I also think that this is great for this season. You can really smoke it out with this shade, which I love. And again, beautifully formulated, amazing. So I have filmed a look with that one. Maybe if I have time, I'll do another one. Okay, and then the last 2, I'm pretty sure are discontinued, but I still want to talk about them because I know that a lot of people for sure have the gold palette. Yeah, this one is stunning, and I don't know that I've filmed a look with this one yet. Maybe I should do that. Man, I wish I had more time to film all these videos. Yeah, mustard shades, warm tones, this amazing shade here, which is a duochrome. Yeah, and then you also get some like simple, more neutral browns. Yeah, this palette's discontinued, which is sad, but it is gorgeous. And then the last one, a lot of people did not like this one. It is discontinued, and it's the Safari palette from Natasha Denona. Personally, I still really enjoy this palette. I think it is lovely. It is very high pigment. It's all mattes, obviously. And you get a lot of amazing tones. This dark purple is so pretty. This warm red, oh my gosh, this mustard shade, stunning. So yeah, I really like it. The only thing that with this palette is I can't layer too many of the shades together. This works better if I do a simple look with only 2 or 3 shadows. Because yeah, I think if you try to use too many of these at once, they can get a little muddy because they are such high pigment. But I've really had no issues blending them. I love the looks that I've done with this palette. I've used it a lot, and yeah, I definitely need to pull this out soon too because it's amazing. So that is it for my best fall palettes video. All of these palettes are actually pretty old, and I've had a lot of these for several years, but I still love them. So yeah. And if you're interested in seeing the makeup look, like I said, I filmed it. I will link it in the cards and the description box. And if you want to see more fall get ready with me's, stay tuned. I'm planning some more. So yeah, that is it. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great day.